Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Nice little noon start with the University of Maryland Eastern Shore visiting the University of Maryland. Game just got underway. It's Kira Booker on the mound. And she'll start Kinsey Minter off with the 3-0 count. Booker's 3-0. Swing and a miss. Couldn't ask for better weather. Beautiful Sunday afternoon, little exhibition game. That one lined down the left field line, but drifting foul. Booker delivering the 3-2 pitch to leadoff batter Minter, and it's ball 4 low. Hopped into game action very quickly. I am Nick Polinsky, joined by Peter Kelly.
Yeah, we're really grateful to have you here joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, like you said, Nick. Kinsey Minter started off this game working a full count after going up 3-0, then drawing the walk on Kira Booker, the senior pitcher, stepping in the circle today for the Terrapins.
Yeah, Booker threw 63 2/3 innings last year. That one ground up the middle. Good chance for two. There's one on the first. It's in time. The Terps turn two. Beautiful, 6-4-3.
Yeah, over at shortstop there, Sammy Woods actually has started every game at shortstop since she's been in the red and gold here at Robert E. Taylor Stadium. Every game since she's been a freshman, and you could see why making a play like that looked pretty routine. So now 2 gone, and it's the 3-hitter up. Lily Riley, another freshman, so the Hawks have gone 3 straight freshmen to start off this one.
Booker getting ahead after that double play. She'll deliver the 0-1. A called strike. Booker, the 0-2 to Lily Riley. And she got her swinging. So, Booker walks the lead off, but then rolls the double play and gets the strikeout. She goes 1-2-3 through the top of the first inning.
Very efficient to start off from Kira Booker. She's someone that can go deep in the game. She's known for throwing a lot of complete games in the past. We'll see if she can pull out some more magic here today.
Yeah, Booker's best start last year came against Purdue, which she also had a season-high 6 strikeout game against West Georgia to open last season. So definitely the Terps will be relying on her to get some innings this year. back with you for the bottom of the first inning.
UMES will call time here just to give the pitcher a chance to get the pitch comm on. They take the field in the bottom of the first, wearing their gray jerseys with the black pants. Maroon numerals on the back. Maryland is in their red jerseys, white numerals, and black pants.
Me and Peter wish we could tell you who's at the plate, but we can't because they were not on the roster online.
Yes, such are the quirks of fall ball. You know, just a nice scrimmage to get everyone warmed up for the season. So girls will be wearing some different numbers today than we're used to, but it's the leadoff hitter, the lefty, up in the box for Maryland.
First pitch taken out outside. Paige Perkins, third baseman, creeping way up in that third infield. Entry drives one right center field, chases the center fielder back, and she can't make the catch. It bounces on the track. She's turning and burning for third base, and she is in. Lead off triple to start the home half of the first inning.
The ball was absolutely melted into the right center field gap. Just beat the center fielder, Lola Meyer, over the outstretched glove out there. It'll bring up the two-hitter, Sammy Woods, the shortstop.
As you mentioned, Woods was big for this team last year. Was a .294 hitter, on-base percentage of .370, slugging percentage of .445. So some pop in that bat as well. She had 3 homers last year. Woods with one on third. Takes up and away for a ball. It's 2-0. Woods from Trabuco Canyon, California. Lines one up the middle. That's a base hit. Woods knocks in the first run of the game, and now it gets under the glove of the right fielder, and Woods will advance into second.
Really great piece of hitting there by Sammy Woods. Not trying to do too much on the 2-0 count. She knew her pitch was coming, just had to get the barrel to it. Brings the first run home for the Terrapins. 1-0 Terps here in the bottom of the first.
Now it'll be Maddie Benson. Appeared in 47 games last year, started 44 of them. She'll take a called strike on the first pitch.
Yeah, Benson only a sophomore and already slotting into the 3-hole in this order. 44 starts last year, like you mentioned, just as a freshman.
And she slaps that one, left side. Nice play by the shortstop, one to first, not in time. And Woods, on the throw from third to first, will get into third base. So now runners on the corners, still with none out for the Terps. And the Hawks will call time.
Yeah, Coach Aaron Robinson just going to take a chance to talk to his girls here. Still no outs. First 3 batters have reached on some hard contact, so just going to give the pitcher a chance to reset as the 4-hitter, the freshman Zeta Rock, comes to the plate.
Some smart base running there by Sammy Woods. And the Terps continuing to threaten in this first inning. True freshman Zeta Rock went to Caravel Academy High School. She was a 5-time state champion in softball, 2-time state champion in basketball, 7 state championships in her high school career. She pops one up on the infield. Benson was on the move to second base. She'll retreat as the first out is recorded.
First switch swinging there for Zeta Rock. Noticed that the Terps bats had been hot early and thought she'd try to attack, but instead just got a little bit under that one. Pops out to the second baseman. There's one going first and third for the Terrapins.
It'll be Bailey Murphy. Takes the first pitch ball. Murphy actually had the highest average on the team last year, even with girls like Sydney Lewis, Sam Bean, Maisie McFarland was still here. And obviously the Terps are going to need to make up a lot of production. Here comes Woods to the plate, and she is safe. How did she get around that tag? The ball didn't even leave the home plate circle.
Yeah, beautiful base running there by Sammy Woods. The pitch from the pitcher, Paris Richards, just a little short. She tried to go to the off-speed there. It bounces in front of the catcher, Kinsey Mintzer. She couldn't corral it in time, and really just an incredible deke by Sammy Woods to evade the tag.
Now Murphy takes one outside.
Bailey Murphy looking to tack on some more here. Still a runner in scoring position. That's Maddie Benson over at second as she takes strike one. Count goes to 3-1.
Murphy slaps one down the left field line, but foul. She was an academic all Big Ten last year. To go along with, as I mentioned, a .326 batting average leading the 2025 Terps. Murphy with the count full. Takes ball 4 outside. So now first and second for the Terps with still just one out. Logan Turner to the plate. She takes a first pitch strike. Turner, a big rip through 0-1 fastball, and now she's behind.
Yeah, in the circle for the Hawks is Paris Richards, the junior from Oregon City, Oregon. Gets ahead 0-2 here.
She grounds one on the left side, and it's under the glove of the shortstop. Benson comes to the plate, and she will score. And on the back end, Turner moves into second with Murphy into third. Still just one out for the Terps. Second and third, still threatening. And a first pitch strike. Doesn't get the outside corner on the 0-1 pitch. That one looked good, but just outside.
Yeah, Richards has been living around the strike zone so far. Just the one wild pitch that allowed Sammy Woods to score, but everything else has been pretty close.
And a McGowan takes inside. It's 2-1. McGowan, an NC State transfer. Ahead in the count. She fouls that one straight back. Count runs even.
Yeah, McGowan, as you mentioned, a sophomore transferring in from North Carolina State. Made 3 appearances last year and also spent a little time in the circle. She had 2 strikeouts against the 24th ranked Clemson Tigers in her season debut.
McGowan waits on the 2-2. That one drifting foul down the right field line.
Yeah, McGowan put a charge into that one. Just the barrel a little bit behind the ball there. Keeps the count at 2-2. Runners on second and third for the Terrapins in red.
2-2 to McGowan, down low. Count is full. Terps doing a good job of working the count early. They've also picked their spots and put some bat on the ball. 3-2 to McGowan. Base hit up the middle. Murphy is in. Turner will hold up at third. And it's another run scored for the Terrapins in this first inning.
Just a great at-bat there by Anna McGowan. Fouled a few pitches back, sent one down the right field line, just foul. And then beautiful piece of hitting. That's what you teach, right? Right to the back of the cage, lined it straight back up the middle, plates another one for the Terrapins, and it's 4-0, still in the bottom of the first with 1 out.
First and third now for the Terps. Jaylee Williams takes a strike.
Williams, the App State transfer, a junior in college from Bear Creek, North Carolina.
She slaps that one off the glove of the pitcher and through. It'll score Turner. And it's another base hit for the Terps.
It'll bring us to the bottom of the order with Caitlin Cornwell, number 5.
Cornwell, a slap hitter for the Terps. Played in 48 games last year, started 47. Was their primary left fielder, and she also led the team in stolen bases with 7. Takes one low there, it's 1-1. Cornwell slaps one to the shortstop. She'll tag McGowan for 1. No play elsewhere.
Yeah, really all she could have done there, just applying the tag to the runner, moving towards third. Almost had a chance at first, but when you're going up against Cornwell, kind of the prototypical 9-hitter, super fast, slaps the ball right side. Brings us back to the top of the order with Caroline Fox, who singled, actually tripled to right field her first time up.
Fox fouls one out to the left side, and it is caught in the stands by one of the girls on the Bowie State team who will actually be on this field after this. Little round-robin format today. Terps take on the Hawks to start the day. Then it's Bowie State and the Hawks. And then to end off the day, it's Maryland and Bowie State. It's a little 3-team round-robin. Couldn't ask for a better day for it.
Yeah, jam-packed day here at Robert E. Taylor Stadium. The Bowie State Bulldogs just waiting in the wings for their chance to take on this Hawks team. Scouting them out a little bit, perhaps.
Fox, the 0-2, lines that one back up the middle, lands in front of the center fielder, a base hit. Motoring in to score. And now they're thrown to second, not in time. So on the back end, Caitlin Cornwell will be the second runner in to score. Jaylee Williams scored in the initial hit. And then when Fox took off behind the plate to second base, Cornwell, who was on third, made her advancement to home. So 2 runs come in to score on a simple base hit up the middle. Cornwell scoring all the way from first base.
Yeah, really solid base running there. Just taking off when there's 2 outs. You know, the ball not hit super hard. It was just able to dink right in front of the center fielder. And really good job by Caroline Fox to be aware and take second when that throw went home.
Woods will come back up to the plate for the second time in the inning. She singled and advanced on an error to second base her first time around. And Woods lines that one back up the box, and it is caught in center field. Finally, that third out recorded, but not before the Terps hang a 7 spot in the first inning. Headed to the second inning, it's 7-0 for your home Terps.
It'll bring up the 4-hitter after the 1-2-3 first inning from UMES. It's Paris Richards, excuse me, who was also in the circle in the bottom of the first. Richards, 18 at-bats last year, batted just 118, but looking to develop a little more in her junior season, takes ball 1 upstairs.
Rooker, one of 2 seniors on this pitching staff. That one lined out on the ground to second base, and making the play is Fox for the first out. That'll bring up Layla Collins. Actually, it's Chloe Weber.
Booker's first pitch missed away for ball 1. The 5-hitter, Araceli Manzo, the right fielder, stepping in and just ticks that one back into the screen. Count goes to 1-1.
Interesting stat for Booker. In 2023, she finished #1 in the entire nation in saves with 12, and that was an all-time Big Ten single-season record. That one outside, but Booker last year and this year have been more in a starter to longer use pitcher. And she'll really need to take lead of the staff this year. Obviously, Aubrey Wurst had a great season. That one grounded up the middle for a base hit. It deflected off the glove of Woods and into center field. So the Hawks with a runner on with 1 out.
Up next to the plate for the Hawks, the first baseman, number 9, Emily Gunther, one of few seniors on this roster, just 2 for Coach Robinson's squad, from Centerville, Maryland, transferred in from Chesapeake College.
It is a very young team for the Hawks. The roster consists of 10 freshmen, more than half the team just in to the Hawks. There'll be a throw behind at first base, and on that throw behind, the runner Manzo moves into second base.
Yeah, the catcher, Zeta Rock there, just tried to back pick, but really good base running by Manzo, just taking off, realizing the throw was behind her. Didn't think she had a chance to get back, so she did the right play, moved it on the second, getting in scoring position.
That's always the danger of that back pick. If you don't catch and throw right away, as McGowan really didn't even realize over at first base that Manzo had made her move to second base. If you're not catch and throw, then you have no chance. Rooker ahead 1-2. That one fouled back. Emily Gunther awaits her 1-2 pitch from Rooker. And a swing and a miss. Rock will throw behind again, and now she's got Manzo in a rundown. Benson chases her back. Now Woods going after her. Now it's Fox who cleans it up, and Manzo, after stealing second, records the final out of the inning on the bases. So the Terps, once again, with a very unorthodox 1-2-3 inning, but Booker is through 6 up, 6 down. We head to the bottom of the second. Still Terps 7, Hawks nothing. Bottom half of the second inning. Terps up 7-0. Maddie Benson steps in for her second at-bat. First time around, she singled and scored. First pitch from Richards is up. Benson takes ball 2, up high.
Paris Richards in the circle for UMES, 77 1/3 innings last year, finished the season with an ERA a shade over 13. This was a team that gave up a lot of runs.
Benson grounds that one right back to Richards, and she'll fire over to first base for the first out.
Good bounce back start for Richards after the 7th spot in the bottom of the first to get the first batter right away, especially in this heart of the order, 3-4-5 for the Terrapins, bringing up the 4-hitter, Zeta Rock, the freshman catcher.
Yeah, it was a lot of falling behind in that first inning for Richards, but making quicker work so far in the second inning as she pours in a first pitch strike to Rock.
Yeah, Rock, as you mentioned earlier, a 7-time state champion. There are not a lot of people on this planet that can say that. She won it 5 straight years in softball.
Rock, a one-hop bullet to the shortstop, who fires on to first base for the out.
2 quick outs for Paris Richards, just getting a few balls on the ground.
Murphy slaps that one down the left field line, but just foul.
Bailey Murphy, the 5-hitter, now up to the plate with 2 outs for the Terrapins. Started 38 games last year as a sophomore and only struck out 10 times, so it's not someone that lets a lot of pitches get by them, and especially good ones.
Murphy, another one into left field, but caught. So after a rough first inning for Richards, she gets through the bottom of the second, 1-2-3, and will move to the top of the third inning. Still, Terps 7, Hawks nothing. Top half of the third inning. Kira Booker still on the mound. Booker's been making quick work so far, and the first pitch fouled off.
Yeah, as you mentioned as we went to break in the middle of the second, 2 rather unorthodox 1-2-3 innings for Booker. She's still faced the minimum, and she's been pretty efficient, but there's been a few hard contacts in there. But at the end of the day, you got to get them any way you can get them.
Booker delivers low and away. That one just misses. Rooker's 2-1 on the right side. And that one on to McGowan at first. Booker's still 7 up, 7 down. Defensive alignment for the Terps on the infield from third to first. You have Benson, Woods, Fox, and McGowan in the outfield. It's Jaylee Williams in left, Caitlin Cornwell taking over now in center with the loss of McFarland. And in right, it's Bailey Murphy as that one grounded softly to Fox at second base and on to McGowan for a quick second out.
Yeah, a lot of experience among the four in this Terrapin infield, and we've seen so far they've been pretty airtight. A few nice plays. We saw the double play in the first, 6-4 to 3, and then right there, Fox making back-to-back plays to get the first 2 outs in the inning. Brings up the 9-hitter. It's Tyler Dickerson, the left fielder.
Booker starts her off with a mean off-speed pitch out in front of it for strike 1. Swings through one on the top shelf, now 0-2.
Booker's starting to find her groove. She's working very quickly here, moving with a little bit of confidence.
She's gone 8 up and 8 down. And now make it 9 as she gets the strikeout to end the away half of the third inning. Booker making quick work of the Hawks as we move to the bottom of the third inning. Still, Terps 7, Hawks nothing. Home half of the third inning, Terps still on top in this one. Logan Turner, the 5-hitter, will step back up to the plate for her second at-bat. Singled and scored her first time around.
Turner, an interesting story. A redshirt junior, actually started her freshman year at Florida International University, where she batted .250 over 36 games. Then ended up at North Florida in 2024, where she batted .190 in, again, 36 games before redshirting last year. So now she puts it at a redshirt junior. She's got an 0-1 count on her from the new pitcher.
Yeah, an injury kept her out of action all of last year, but Turner back now, and the Terps hoping to get some contribution out of her. She's hitting today for Booker, the pitcher. As that one's up high, she's ahead 2-1. That one just misses outside. She's ahead 3-1. Turner, one of those many newcomers on this roster this year. Last year, as I mentioned earlier, you lost Sydney Lewis, who hit 10 homers. She transferred to Charlotte as Turner lines one down the third base line. It's over the bag and fair. Turner will hit the bag at first and she'll stay put. A hard hit single. And now the ball getting back to the infield, clanks off the glove of the second baseman, and Turner moves into second on the error.
we've seen so far very aggressive base running from the Terrapins, kind of playing the Hawks' own game. The Hawks were a very successful base stealing team last year, one of their biggest strengths as a team. But we see Maryland just taking any extra bases they can get, even with a 7-0 lead. They're not taking their foot off the gas pedal.
That one cut through by McGowan. As I was saying, he lost a lot of production from last year. Sydney Lewis started all 49 games at first base. She hit .310, 10 homers. She went out to Charlotte. Sam Bean started 49 games behind the plate. She hit .271 with 8 homers. Macy McFarland started all 49 games in center field. She is a staple of this lineup in that leadoff spot. She hit 5 homers and hit .324. And then Madison Runyon started all but 1 game at second base. She hit cleanup and she hit .263. She transferred out to go back home to Texas and went to Tarleton State. But you're losing 23 of 30 of your homers from last year, and those are 4 girls who started basically every single game. So a lot of production to be made up this year.
Yeah, you're going to look for some more power from some of the new faces in the lineup, in particular from Anna McGowan, who's at the plate now in the 7th spot today. But she holds her high school's records in OPS, home runs, and RBIs, so certainly someone that could bring a charge.
She flares this one out to right field, and the catch is made. We'll see if Turner tagged up. They'll check it. And they'll say she did. So a dazzling play in right field.
Yeah, what an effort out there by Araceli Monzo. Just charging in, just barely getting the glove under it. One of the best plays we've seen today. So now there's one gone for the 8-hitter, the left fielder, Jaylee Williams.
Williams looking at knocking another run here. She takes that one low and away. Williams fouls that one back over our heads and out of play. It's 2-1. Another one of those newcomers for the Terps. Appeared in 32 games last year. Started 13 for Appalachian State. Takes a strike to draw the count even. Count is 2-2 with Logan Turner on third base. She lines that one back up the box for a base hit. Turner comes in to score, and Williams with an RBI.
Beautiful piece of slap hitting from Jaylee Williams there. Moving with the ball, getting the barrel out to it, and just flicking it over the infield, which was pinched in. Plates another one for the Terrapins. Logan Turner comes home to score.
Cornwell takes one up and in. Cornwell was a big piece at the bottom of this order last year. Hit and run may have been on. Williams steals second base, and Cornwell swings and misses.
Always dangerous, the hit and run. It can go really well and it can go really poorly, and that's a pitch that unfortunately was just way outside, really hard for Cornwell to get the bat to. A better throw from the catcher, Kinsey Minster, and they might have had a chance at the speedy runner, Jaylee Williams.
Cornwell slaps that one to third. It's dropped, but picked up and fired on the first base. Cornwell is retired. That one may have been trouble if it was caught in the air, because Williams had gotten off second base, and there may have been a chance for a double play.
Yeah, it was hit so hard, Williams didn't really have time to react. Luckily for her, Paige Perkins just in and out of the glove, but good job keeping her composure, firing over to first to get the second out.
They'll go back to the 9-hole with Fox in there. She slaps that one down the left field line, but foul. She's behind in the count 0-2. Fox from Benton, Tennessee, only took 5 at-bats last season. And she rifles that one deep down the right field line, and it 2-hops the wall. Fox motoring around second. She is into third with a slide.
Well, have a day, Caroline Fox. It's her second RBI triple of the game. She's now 3 for 3, 2 triples and a single. Plates the 9th run of the game for the Terrapins and successfully turns over the lineup card, bringing up the 2-hitter, Sammy Woods.
Woods takes the first pitch strike. That one absolutely rifled out to right field by Fox. Woods takes down low. Terps now lead 9-0. Runner on third and 2 outs as Woods lines that one into the left center field gap. Scoring is Fox, and she motors into second.
Sammy Woods, another Terp, just having a really successful day. Last year, an 815 OPS. She'll boost that OPS in the early season here with that double, going the opposite way.
Woods is now 2 for 2 with a single and a double as Maddie Benson takes the first pitch ball. Terps now up double figures. It's 10-0. Benson out to left field, drifting over and making the catch is the left fielder. But the Terps tackle in 3 more. They are up 10-0 over the Hawks. After the first 3 innings, we head to the top of the 4th.
Back in for the top of the 4th. We're here with you at Robert E. Taylor Stadium. The Terrapins lead this one by a score of 10-0 after 3. Again, my name is Peter Kelly. I'm joined by Nick Polinsky. We've got this game for you on WMUC Sports Radio. Kira Booker stepping back in the circle with a comfortable 10-run cushion. She's back to the top of the lineup with Kinsey Mintzer, the freshman catcher for Coach Aaron Robinson's Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. Her first pitch, she goes to the off-speed, and it's skied over to first base. McGowan charges in and makes the catch, and there's one gone, 1 pitch, 1 out for Kira Booker.
She's continuing to make quick work now. She's 10 up and 10 down.
It'll bring up the second baseman, number 4, Skylar Skinner, for the Hawks. They've got their gray uniforms, black pants. Maryland, red jerseys, black pants. The pitch from Booker, changeup misses down low. Count goes to 1-0. Now, the game is still young, only through 3, but this game seems to be trending in the direction that the past meetings between these teams have been trending in. Last year when these teams faced off, as the pitch misses down low for the ball 2. When these teams face off, Maryland took the first contest by a score of 19-0. All the bats were working that day, April 15th of last year. Maryland leads the all-time series 11-1, the only win for UMES coming back in the 1990s. Chopped over to the shortstop, Sammy Woods, makes a nice play, fires a strike to Anna McGowan for out number 2. Bringing up the 3-hitter for the Hawks, it's Paige Perkins, second team All-MEAC last year. 16 hits, 7 runs, 2 home runs. She led the team in walks, and she's been manning the hot corner here today for the Hawks. Takes a first pitch strike on the outside part of the plate. Booker delivers. Cut on and missed. Booker living on that outside half. She's been really working in her 3-pitch mix. The changeup's been really good, and then the slider just dipping away from righties. They haven't been able to get the bat to it yet.
Just a pitch away from starting this one 12 up, 12 down.
The 0-2 misses low and away. Booker going back to the well, but Paige Perkins held up that time. One of just 2 seniors on this roster is Paige Perkins from Waterford, Connecticut. Here's the 1-2 from Kira Booker. Popped over to right field. Charging in is Bailey Turner, and she makes the catch. Bailey Murphy with sensational diving catch. She saw what Monzo did last inning and said, anything you can do, I can do better. 12 up, 12 down, 4.5 in the books for Maryland. Back in for the bottom half of the 4th. Terrapins holding on to a 10-0 lead. They'll go 4-5-6 in this bottom half here. It'll be Zeta Rock, Bailey Murphy, who entered the last inning with a sensational diving catch in right field, and then Logan Turner, the designated hitter, will bat 6th. Zeta Rock stepping in. First pitch on its way, and it misses up. Ball 1. Rock, the Max Prep Softball Player of the Year in Delaware last year as a senior in high school at Caravel Academy. Immediately slotting into the catcher spot, replacing Sam Bean, who did such a good job last year as she takes strike 1 off speed over the outside corner.
Rock, one of the 2 true freshmen coming in on this roster. For those behind the plate, it's Rock and Bailey Allman, who I went out to practice on Thursday, and boy, Bailey Allman takes some big cuts. Some true power in that bat, and maybe she'll be an option for where the Terps can find power during the season that they lost last year.
That one skied down the right field line by Zeta Rock. Foul ball, the count goes to 1-2. Terrapins been doing a really good job not swinging and missing. It was something they struggled with a little bit last year. There's another long fly ball down the right field line, but foul. So Rock doing her part, seeing some pitches, getting some eyes on the pitcher for the on-deck batter, Bailey Murphy. The 2-strike pitch misses low. The count now running full on Zeta Rock. ball misses away, so 3-2 the count on Zeta Rock. Looking to be a leadoff here, despite being the cleanup hitter, just trying to set the table for her teammates in the dugout to get some production going. That pitch lined down the left field line for a base hit. Rock just scooted that one past the right side of Paige Perkins over at the hot corner. And the leadoff girl is on for the Terrapins.
Little fun bit on Rock. She's from Northeast Maryland, but went to Carvel Academy, which is actually just over in the Delaware state line. So an across the state commute every day to high school. It's an interesting concept, but not a long distance. And obviously, if you're going to win 7 state championships, I guess you could travel across 3 states.
Yeah, if you're going to win 7 state champions, you can do whatever you want, pretty much. Go wherever you want. But she does choose to stay in-state, heading to Maryland. It's good to see Coach Lauren Karn getting some in-state talent. It's 1-0 count on the 5-hitter Bailey Murphy, who cuts and misses at that high pitch. Count goes to 1-1. Replacing Zeta Rock at first, pinch running, I believe, is number 13, Graceland Solars. The 1-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 2.
I'm really excited to see how Murphy steps up in the middle of this order this year. She was one of the girls on the team last year, returning to be a starter once again, and she was a big part of that lineup last year. As I mentioned earlier, she hit .326.
Chopped over to first base, nice play made over there. Just tagging the base, they will not get the runner, Grayson Solars, who advances to second, but there's one gone here in the 4th. Nice play over there by Emily Gunther. So there's one away now. Solars advances to second, so a runner in scoring position for the DH, Logan Turner. Batting from the right side, she check swings, cannot hold up. So it's strike 1 on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. Turner just looking to do her part here, keep adding on to this lead. Called strike 2. Just nicks the up and inside corner. And now Turner goes down in a hole. On deck, the first baseman, Anna McGowan. One gone in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch misses outside, 1-2. A lot of strikes being thrown so far by Hawk pitching. I believe just 1 walk. It happened in the first inning. Off speed. Turner just got the end of the bat to it. It's flicked over to first base by the third baseman, Perkins. And there are 2 gone, but it does push the runner over. Solars now at third for the 7-hitter, Anna McGowan. So 2 gone in the inning. McGowan checks her swing and holds up on a pitch in the dirt, so ball 1. The pitch misses upstairs for ball 2. McGowan looking to keep this inning going, trying to bring back up Jaylee Williams. The left fielder stands on deck, waiting her turn. Skied high in the air on the right side of the infield. The second baseman, Skinner, camps under it and makes the catch to retire the side. Terrapins don't tack on another run after the leadoff hitter reaches on a walk. But we'll move to the top of the 5th. Maryland still leads by a score of 10-0. Back here for the top of the fifth at Taylor Stadium. Leading off for the Hawks is number 3, Clark Calvin, the sophomore from Woodbury, Minnesota. Third team All-MEAC last year, and she led the squad in batting average. She subbed in at shortstop after the shortstop moved to pitch at the top of the fourth. Speaking of a new pitcher, now in the circle for Maryland is the senior, the utility girl, Bree Godfrey.
Yeah, Godfrey led this staff last year in terms of inning pitch. She went 6-8, 5.35 ERA, went 90 1/3, made 14 starts, 28 total appearances. She transferred out of Marshall after her freshman year. And last year with the Terps, her 6 wins and 48 strikeouts were both second best on the squad behind only the true freshman from last year, Aubrey Wurst, who was one of the great stories in really all of the Big Ten.
She's got a 1-1 count on Clark Calvin, who swings and misses, takes a big hack at strike 2. Bree Godfrey from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Had her best game of the year last year against Queens, where she threw a complete game with 9 strikeouts.
Godfrey went the distance 5 times last year, and one of those was, as you mentioned, that 9 strikeout performance against Queens. And the Terps are going to need Godfrey this year to take another step up as one of the more experienced pitchers on this staff.
Poked down the left field line, just out of the reach of the left fielder down there. It's actually a new left fielder. I believe it's Gracie Wilson out there. Terps making a few defensive subs. The shortstop has slid over to third, so that's where Sammy Woods now slots in. And the third baseman has moved over to second, Maddie Benson. McGowan still holding strong at first. The 2-2, called strike 3. Godfrey hammers the inside part of the plate, and Clark Calvin retired, 1 away for the Hawks.
Yeah, nice pitch there from Godfrey. Perfectly painted that inside corner. This is a staff that lost Julia Shearer last year. She tossed 81 innings, so they're going to need to find that from elsewhere. Maybe it's the freshman Eliza Waglin coming in. Maybe you'll see more from Kaylin Olensky. Made 7 appearances last year, but just 1 start, so a step up needed from somewhere in the staff. You know you have Booker, Godfrey, and Wurst, who are going to give you plenty of innings and pitch well, but where are those additional innings that you lost from last season rather, still in 2025 obviously, but when you get to the spring, where are you going to get those innings? We'll find that out soon.
It's going to be a work in progress, but right now, seeing Bree Godfrey pitch, she looks great. She got an early 0-2 count on the 5-hitter Araceli Monzo, who just fouled a pitch back to stay alive. 1 out. Monzo made a sensational diving catch in right field to end the inning in the 3rd. Godfrey deals. Looking back to that inside part of the plate, but just a little bit too far off the plate. So the count runs to 1-2.
Yeah, good spot on 0-2, but just missed inside on that one. Trying for that same spot. She struck out the first batter of the inning looking on. See if she can go there again.
The 1-2, chopped back foul by Monzo. Got a piece of the catcher, Zeta Rock. Araceli Monzo, the sophomore outfielder from Hellendale, California. Someone who's certainly going to see some more playing time this year as the new guard takes over. As you mentioned, 10 freshmen and a handful of sophomores as well. She chases upstairs for strike 3. Monzo just couldn't help herself. Climbs the ladder, does Bree Godfrey. And there are 2 gone, 2 strikeouts for the new pitcher.
Great pitch by Godfrey and a 2-strike count there. Put it on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. And Monzo couldn't catch up.
So 2 gone, we'll see a pinch hitter here, Gabriella Beltran, the freshman from West Grove, Pennsylvania. Chops it over to third base. A great pick over there by Sammy Woods. And there are 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 5th. Nice and efficient from Bree Godfrey taking the mound for the first time this season. Sammy Woods in an unusual spot at third base, still making the play as always. We'll now head to the bottom of the 5th. Terrapins still lead this one by a score of 10-0. Back in for the bottom half of the fifth. Again, my name is Peter Kelly. I'm joined by Nick Polinsky. We've got this coverage for you for WMUC Sports Radio. The new hitter slotted in left field last inning. I misnumbered her as Gracie Wilson. It's actually Lauren Kay, wearing number 11 today, but listed as number 21 on the roster. She's a transfer in from Seton Hall. She's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and she redshirted last year, so she's a redshirt senior. She gets her first at-bat here. The off-speed from the new pitcher, Chloe Weber, misses upstairs, so the count runs to an early 1-1 for number 11.
Yeah, Kay's got a big bat as well. Homered 3 times last year in 33 games. Walked 11 times to just 12 strikeouts, so that combination of power and discipline is one that can always be dangerous. We'll see if Kay can fill in for the Terps this year and be a big part of this offense.
The 2-1 pitch from Weber misses up and away. Count goes to 3-1. The new pitcher in for Coach Aaron Robinson's Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. Number 12, Chloe Weber, a freshman from McClave, Colorado. She's already showcased a high looping changeup. She goes to the fastball here on 3-1, but cannot locate, and it's a leadoff walk for Lauren Kay. Now it does bring up Gracie Wilson. You know, I jumped the gun a little bit, just one batter early, but Gracie Wilson will now take her place. Played in 38 games last year, mainly as a pinch runner, showing off the speed. She scored 13 runs. Fastball from Weber misses away. 1-0 count.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Wilson appeared in 38 games, started in just 1. So, super utility for Coach Lauren Karn off that bench.
Wilson able to hold her swing on a pitch low, so the count jumps up to 2-0. Gracie Wilson, the sophomore outfielder, attended Linganore High School in Frederick. Weber's 2-0 misses upstairs, so some early troubles locating the zone for Chloe Weber. Walked the leadoff hitter, Lauren Kay. Now has a chance to do the same to Gracie Wilson. On deck for Maryland is Bree Godfrey, who just stepped in the circle last inning. The 3-0 pitch misses about a foot outside, so it's ball 4. Kay advances to second. Wilson takes her place at third. Still nobody gone for Bree Godfrey, who makes her first at-bat of this contest. The Hawks are going to just take a minute to talk this over. Kinsey Mincer going over to talk to her freshman battery mate in the circle.
Saw Godfrey on the mound. She can do it with the bat as well. We'll see her step in here with none down and girls on first and second.
Godfrey takes ball 1 upstairs. Weber's still searching for that pitch that could just break this streak of 7 straight balls. The 1-0 is in the dirt. 2-0 on Bree Godfrey. Corners are pinched in for the Hawks. Middle infield at double play depth. Godfrey, the lefty, awaits. Takes ball 3. Little chin music. And now 3-0 count, no outs. Surely the red light, right?
Gotta think so. But hey, it's a fall game, maybe. If coach wants it unloaded.
Not really considering swinging there. Takes strike 1 over the inside half. Now I imagine that light just changed to green. If it's over her part of the plate, she should look to drive it.
Yeah, if it's there to see Godfrey really unload on one here, you know, Weber is struggling to find the zone if she grooves one.
Popped up left side of the infield. The shortstop is under it and collects. The shortstop, Skylar Skinner, moving over from second base. Makes the grab there, and there's 1 gone in the bottom half of the 5th.
Yeah, good job from Weber to get back to 3-1 and then made a really good 3-1 pitch on that outer corner. Induces the weak pop-up contact on the left side of the infield. So she gets her first out.
Lines in right field, but right at the right fielder. That was Kate Stevens, the new shortstop. blistered that one to the right side, going the opposite way with it, but unfortunately just right at the hawk. So 2 gone. Nothing she could have done better there. Absolutely blistered that ball towards the right side, just in the wrong spot.
Boy, and that one was a frozen rope. You could hear the crack of the bat.
This one popped out. Sammy Cook just getting under a little bit, and it stays up just long enough for the center fielder to make the grab. So 3 gone after the Terps reach the first 2 on 2 straight walks. They get 3 straight outs on 3 straight balls in the air. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Maryland leading this one by a score of 10-0. Back in for the top of the 6th. Godfrey out for her 2nd inning of work. Maryland still applying pressure in all 5 innings despite the score, reflecting that this game could be trending towards over, 10-0 after the 3rd inning. Haven't been able to tack on any more runs thus far, but the Terrapins still giving it their all, certainly trying to get that experience in this fall matchup.
Yeah, these fall games are just big to evaluate your talent, see what you got well before the season starts, and see how coaches want to approach things.
First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Yeah, it's a really good day for Lauren Karn, who's the 3rd-year head coach at UMD. Attended St. Joseph's, where she started for 4 years up in Philadelphia. Strike 2 called for Bree Godfrey. Karn last year led the squad to a 24-30 finish. Terrapins were 8-15 in the conference. That was good for, they were 3-19 in the conference. Godfrey deals. The hitter could not hold up. She just went around a little too far. And it's Bree Godfrey's 3rd strikeout of the day.
Yeah, Coach Karn spent 6 years as the head coach with the Oakland Golden Grizzlies out west, was back-to-back Horizon League regular season champions in 2022 and 2023, in which she won Horizon League Coach of the Year in both of those seasons. So Karn established herself and came to Maryland hoping to improve this program.
Yeah, and this is really when things can start to change. Karn's gotten a chance to get a few recruiting classes in. She did some work in the transfer portal as well. We already see some freshmen making an impact today with Zeta Rock behind the plate doing the catching. Karn, very highly regarded in the Horizon League. She was complimented very highly by Northern Kentucky softball coach Catherine Gleason. Called her the ultimate professional, a fierce competitor. She does things the right way, both on and off the field. And I think it's starting to show. I mean, we see in this game an incredible amount of professionalism. The Terrapins still applying some pressure. 2-1 the count on the hitter, Chloe Weber, who just started to pitch for the Hawks. Here's the pitch. Fouled back into the screen, 2-2. This is a battle of 2 third-year head coaches. On the flip side for the Hawks, it's Erin Robinson. Last year, not the most successful one for the Hawks. They finished with a record of just 6-38. Finished 8th in the MEAC with a record of 2-18. But it's a new year. They've got certainly enough freshmen and sophomores to keep building, keep recruiting, keep getting people interested in wanting to go down to the Eastern Shore and play for Coach Robinson. Count has run full on Chloe Weber. There's 1 gone in the top of the 6th. Godfrey breathes, now deals. Poked over towards second base. Benson collects. Underhand flip over to the first baseman. New in is Mariah Penta, the utility girl takes her place at first in place of McGowan. Collects the second out over there. And there are two gone
And
for Layla Collins.
Really well located full count pitch just off that outside corner, and she could not resist. Just poked one very easily out to Benson.
So now two gone. First pitch from Godfrey misses down low. Pinch hitting here for the Hawks, number 5, Layla Collins, the freshman from Galloway, New Jersey. The pitch misses inside, so 2-0 the count on Layla Collins. Godfrey just takes a minute to reset here. She's got a nice cushion to work with. Doesn't have to do too much here. She deals. Ball 3, misses low and outside.
Really the first time Godfrey's fallen this far behind. She'll look to work back from a 3-0 hole.
Taking all the way was Layla Collins, and she takes strike 1 right over the heart of the plate. Godfrey last year second best on the team in wins and strikeouts. Cut on and missed. The count has run full after Godfrey was down 3-0. Actually, in her career in high school, Godfrey 7 no-hitters and 2 perfect games, so certainly someone that is known to go the distance. She's giving Coach Karn some good innings today. Full count, 2 outs. The pitch taken low for ball 4. That one just missed the bottom of the zone. Godfrey winces a little bit, but she allows her first base runner as Collins reaches. And that turns over the lineup card for Kinsey Mincer.
Terps will look to improve upon their league marks last year. Finished with a 5.59 ERA in the conference, which was good for 15th out of 17.
First pitch, big swing and a miss from Mincer. Godfrey just putting some fuel past her. 0-1 the count.
A lot of the ranks for the Terps between pitching and hitting were kind of in that 13th to 15th range. They'll look to improve upon those this year.
Ball 1 on Skylar Mincer, Kinsey Mincer, excuse me. Yeah, the Terrapins, if they want to compete this year, they just got to look to do better in Big Ten play. Again, just 3-19 last year in the conference. That's the struggle that they face. There's much stronger pitching in the Big Ten than there is outside of it. Swing and a miss. 1-2 with 2 outs. Maryland finishing 16th in the Big Ten last year. 2 of their 3 conference wins were against Rutgers in a road series up in New Brunswick. Swing and a miss. Bree Godfrey picks up her 4th strikeout of the afternoon, retires the side in the top of the 6th, and the Terrapins still pitching a shutout. Back in the circle for the Hawks is Chloe Weber as the Hawks take the field here in the bottom of the 6th. Terrapins lead this one by a score of 10-0. Maryland rose out 3-4-5 in the order. Maddie Benson stands in, the left-handed hitter. Started at third, moved over to second base. The first pitch from Chloe Weber. Nice off-speed taken for strike one over the outside corner. You know, we were talking before we went to break about how Maryland just needs to improve in the Big Ten, and that's really all it is. It's a really competitive conference. Last year, 2 teams finished in the top 10 nationally. UCLA and Oregon, 2 of the new additions to this conference with all the realignment. Also in the mix, Nebraska finished 12th last year, Ohio State 24th, and Michigan ended up receiving some votes as well. And Oregon and UCLA, they're not going away. They reloaded, Oregon with the number 2 transfer class in America, and UCLA with the number 6 freshman recruiting class. So they'll certainly look to maintain their dominance at the top along with Nebraska.
Yeah, and like you mentioned with that realignment, you have UCLA, Oregon, Washington, USC. That makes for a tough road trip if you have to go all the way out there. Cross country, long flight, time change. And it's just that feeling of being away from home, being, 3,000 miles across the country. It's a tough thing with this conference realignment.
This one lined up the middle by Maddie Benson, and it ticks off the glove of the pitcher, Weber. She'll reach on a single. So the leadoff hitter on for the Terps. Nice piece of hitting there by Maddie Benson, just getting the barrel to the ball, driving the ball up the middle. It ticked right off the left side of the glove of Chloe Weber, and it actually just scooted by the second baseman who was moving up the middle. It beat her to her left.
We've really seen a lot of those effects of realignment in a lot of these sports in the Big Ten, particularly basketball. Basketball is probably the biggest one. You saw UCLA and Mick Cronin struggle when they came to Terpsville last year. And in general, he was one of the biggest, I guess, complainers of that new Big Ten schedule where you're seeing other sides of the country for an entire week or two.
Yeah, I mean, it really is crazy when you start to consider it. You've got college students flying to Los Angeles from College Park, Maryland for a weekend series, and then they come back and, it's a lot of mental pressure, I think. It's still a work in progress, I would say. We still hear rumors of realignment happening in some of the smaller conferences as it starts to trickle down with the Mountain West, the WCC. Zeta Rock works a 4-pitch walk here. The first 2 batters reach for the Terps, just like last inning, but we'll see if they can actually tack on some more runs here.
Maryland will travel to Washington for a 3-game series March 13th to the 15th. Then 5 days later, they're back home to play Indiana starting on March 20th. So those quirks definitely make for a strange schedule.
Pinch hitting for the Terrapins here is Taylor Borovac, the sophomore utility girl from Blue Springs, Missouri. Made 33 appearances last year as a freshman. Pitch in the dirt from Chloe Weber. The count is 2-0 on the new hitter, Borovac.
Terps do get Oregon at home the second week of April, so that'll definitely be one to circle on your calendars as the spring rolls around.
3-0 count on Taylor Borovac. Weber just trying to limit the damage here, keep this game somewhat competitive. The 3-0 pitch taken for strike one. Borovac taking all the way.
Borovac was 2 for 2 against the University of Maryland Eastern Shore last year in their bout in April. Had 2 doubles and an RBI.
The 3-1 pitch from Weber fouled back into the screen, and the count has run full. We've seen it many times today from both teams. Hitters have gone up 3-0, and then they've been able to work that count back. The pitchers have to full. A lot of foul balls, teams getting aggressive on 3-1.
Weber did a really good job last inning of wiggling out of first and second and no out. She's in that same situation here.
Called strike 3. Weber dots the high edge of the strike zone. There's one gone here in the top of the 6th.
See if Weber can work a little bit of magic once again to escape yet another jam.
Up next to the plate, Logan Turner, still holding that DH spot. Takes ball 1 low and in. looking down the line for the Terps. We mentioned earlier, this will be a nice little play day of softball. After this, we'll have Maryland Eastern Shore versus Bowie State, who's currently warming up. This one popped up in the infield, right to the pitcher. Weber camps under it, and there are 2 gone. So last inning, Weber was able to wiggle out of first and second, no outs. She's 1 out away from doing the same thing here, but now stepping to the plate for her first at-bat, Mariah Penta, the junior utility girl. She's played really all over. She's at first base today, but she's played a bunch of middle infield too. A transfer in from Auburn University. Was actually ranked the 15th overall recruit of the 2023 class. She takes ball 1 inside here.
And I'll tell you, having those utility players as a coach has to be one of the best feelings. You know, you can just stick them anywhere. You can pinch run. You can bring them off the bench really in any situation. They'll fill in just fine.
Ball 2 misses outside. Penta's someone who, you mentioned, the Terps lost 23 of 30 home runs last year. Pence is definitely someone who brings a little bit of pop to this lineup. Actually, her first collegiate hit at Auburn was a home run. She stands in with a 2-0 count against her. Pitch misses outside for ball 3. So 3-0, 2 outs. Penta seeing her first action of this game. We'll see if she has the take sign on here. It wouldn't surprise me if she did. Squares the bunt, now pulls back and takes ball 4 high up by the face. So the base is now loaded with 2 outs. It brings up Lauren Kay, the new left fielder, who's got a chance to tack on some more runs here. Terrapins leading by 10, but always hunting for more. And a prime opportunity here, bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch misses down low, ball 1. Weber rocks, now delivers. Ball 2. 6 straight balls for Chloe Weber.
Okay, ahead 2-0. We're already up big. Wonder if she's really going to take a rip at one here, if she grooves one.
Takes all the way again. Now the count runs to 3-0.
I think the same stands here. 3-0 count way ahead. Really nothing to lose. If one comes over that hard of the plate, I'd like to see Kay really get into one.
Hawks will have a mound visit here. Assistant coach Janelle Higgins in her second year will just take a stroll out, try to calm down her young pitcher Chloe Weber. Janelle Higgins, the assistant coach for Erin Robinson. She was previously the head coach at North Platte Community College in Nebraska. A bit about Aaron Robinson as well. It's his 3rd year at the helm. He was the recruiting coordinator at Notre Dame of Maryland University, where he helped lead the Gators to single-season win records, developed 5 all-conference selections, and increased their team average over a 2-year period, almost 70 points. Had a lot of experience head coaching, some in the local high school area at Bethesda Chevy Chase. Also is noted as the head coach of the Virginia Glory, an elite fast-pitch travel program down in Virginia. And my favorite part about his biography, he's an alum of Calvert Hall College.
Ah,
One of the best high schools in the Baltimore area. Some might say the best. Some. I'm certainly part of the some here. The 3-0 pitch is taken right down the middle for strike 1.
Got a little MIAA rivalry in this booth, Peter. Alum of Calvert Hall. Myself an alum of Archbishop Curley.
The 3-1 pitch is taken for strike 2, so Weber starting to battle back as we saw last at-bat. If she can escape this one, 7 straight balls, bases loaded. She's just 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam. The 3-2, line to left field. It falls in front of the left fielder, and it gets by. 2 runs will score. The left fielder still chasing it down. 3 runs will score. And Lauren Kay into third base with a stand-up triple, clears the bases, and it's 13-0 Terrapins.
Kay started ahead 3-0. Worked it back full, but got a pitch she could handle in a full count. She absolutely drilled it down the left field line. Went under the reach of the left fielder, rolled all the way to the wall, and she was not stopping. Cleared the bases, got into third herself.
So now it's Gracie Wilson stepping back in. The sophomore outfielder takes ball 1 inside. Chloe Weber just trying to reset here. She surrendered 3 in this inning. Was so close to getting out of the jam. But on a 3-2 pitch, it's a great piece of hitting by Lauren Kay to clear the bases. Shot foul down the left field line, 1-1.
The Hawks had kept the Terps offense quiet for a while. That 4th and 5th innings were relatively clean, but Kay was finally able to make some noise for the Terrapins here in this bottom of the 6th.
Weber rocks and deals, ball 3, misses low.
This has really just been the issue with Weber. A lot of 3-0 counts, a lot of falling behind, and she got away with it last inning, but she has not had the same fortune so far in this bottom of the 6th.
The 3-0 taken right down the middle for strike 1.
And that's the thing. You get behind, you start grooving, then that puts you in a dangerous spot, especially against a team like Maryland.
3-1 the count. I imagine Wilson's got some semblance of a green light here. She doesn't need it. She takes ball upstairs. At bat still in progress. Count has run to 3-1. Kay standing over third. The pitch way low, bounces a few feet before home plate. And now Wilson does walk. So she keeps the inning going for Bree Godfrey, the girl in the circle. Another one of those utility players who you'll see all over the field for the Terrapins. Takes the first pitch low, and it skips by the catcher. Kay on her way in, and she will score the 4th run of the inning for Maryland. Kay, after clearing the bases, gets it done scoring on the wild pitch, and it's 14-0 Maryland. Count 1-0 on Bree Godfrey. Weber delivers high and inside for ball 2.
Weber's still struggling to find that strike zone.
Yeah, it might be tough to get in the same mentality that you would. It's fall ball, not taking it super seriously. First bit of action you're seeing in a Hawk uniform for Chloe Weber, just as a freshman. Came in, the game was already a blowout, 10-0 when she entered the game. She's just trying to do her best here, mop up some damage a little bit. The 2-1 pitch misses low and away. 3-1 the count on Bree Godfrey. Still 2 going in the inning.
The pitcher Weber actually from McClave, Colorado. Second furthest trip on this Hawks team other than the first pitcher, Paris Richards, who's from Oregon City, Oregon. So,
yeah, pulling some talent from out west is Coach Aaron Robinson. Weber does end up walking. Bree Godfrey misses well outside for ball 4. This will bring up Kate Stevens, who absolutely ripped one to right field her first time up, just unfortunately right at the fielder. She takes the first pitch this time, which misses up and outside for ball 1. On deck is Sammy Woods, the senior shortstop, looking to get possibly her last at-bat in this one. The pitch misses outside. 2-0 the count for Chloe Weber. Looking at the MEAC, which is the conference that Maryland Eastern Shore plays in, it's a conference that has historically been dominated by 2 teams, Norfolk State and Howard. Last year, Howard finished with a mind-boggling 20-1 record in the conference. They finished 31-20, were the clear 1 seed, made it all the way to the regionals where they ended up getting swept 2-0, which sent their season home. But Maryland Eastern Shore, there's nowhere to go but up. That's the good news. They finished 8th out of 8 in the conference last year. Looking at the teams just above them, it's Coppin State, finished just a half game ahead of them. Then South Carolina State and NC Central finishing out the bottom half. 3-1 is the count on Kate Stevens. The pitch lined up the middle for a base hit. Collected in center. She'll fire home, but not in time. Another run will score, and now they've got, in a rundown, Bree Godfrey, she cannot get back to second in time. She's tagged out a nice play in the infield by Skylar Skinner. But Terps do tag on one more. Good piece of hitting there by Kate Stevens. 2 at-bats, 2 hard pieces of contact. That one just a ground ball right up the box. Scores another run. But the inning does come to a close, but not before the Terrapins score 5 more. We head to the top of the 7th. 15-0 Maryland. Back in action for the top of the 7th. Maryland Eastern Shore with their last chance here, down 15-0. They'll start off the inning bringing to the plate number 6, Amaya Nunez, for her first at-bat of this contest. The freshman from Tampa, Florida, attended Newsom High School. Time called here. Now Godfrey will toe the rubber again. Nunez stands in for her first at-bat of this contest. The pitch right down the middle for strike 1. As mentioned before, a couple of substitutions, but now the infield and outfield look pretty set. Left to right in the outfield, it's number 11, Lauren Kay, in left, Gracie Wilson in center. And then over in right is Taylor Borovac. Left to right in the infield, Sammy Woods, playing third after starting at shortstop. At shortstop now is Kate Stevens. Playing second is Maddie Benson. Over first is Mariah Pensa. And Zeta Rock has been a trooper today, catching all 7 innings in this contest that hasn't been particularly close. Popped up to the right side, right fielder charging in, and it's a great diving play by Borovac. 1 gone in the top of the 7th. Nunez put some good wood on that one. But Borovac sliding in, making the grab. There's 1 gone here in the last inning of play.
Terps have been flashing the leather today. Woods looked good at shortstop early. Turned a double play in the first inning. And then in right field, it's been Bailey Murphy and Taylor Borovac, both making great diving plays.
First pitch from Godfrey is a called strike on Kai Hudson, the sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia, getting her first at-bat in this one. Godfrey, you can see she's in that zone. She's not wasting much time. She's landing that first pitch fastball for a strike pretty much every time. The 0-1, chopped foul to the left side. 0-2 quickly on Hudson. She looks over to her third base coach, Aaron Robinson, for some advice. Now she steps back in, awaiting the 0-2 from Godfrey. Here it comes. Cut on in, missed. She climbed the ladder to get 3 up, 3 down, and there is just 1 out to get here in the top of the 7th.
Great 0-2 pitch once again from Godfrey. She's really had her way with these Hawks hitters. Just a perfectly placed fastball right above the top of the zone, and she got the cut and the miss.
2 outs in the top of the 7th. The hitter is Danny Brown, the freshman utility girl from Medford, New Jersey. She takes a first pitch ball, misses low and inside. Altogether today, it's been a really great pitching performance. Terps shutting out the Hawks so far on the backs of Kira Booker and now Bree Godfrey. Big swing and a miss. Godfrey collects strike one. Now they are 2 pitches away. One and one the count. The pitch from Godfrey. Misses low, scoots through the legs of Zeta Rock. The count jumps to 2-1. Nick, as this game kind of comes to a close, have you been impressed at all today with how Maryland's conducted themselves? You know, they've had just a few big innings, but I think overall they look really good.
For sure, I agree. I feel like a lot of your new hitters, a lot of your transfer portal girls put some good bat on ball today. We saw Kate Stevens with a little bit of hard contact. Lauren Kay, the Seton Hall transfer, she had a triple. Caroline Fox, the North Carolina transfer, she had 2 triples. So, obviously, you don't have any major takeaways from your first fall game, but I was definitely impressed with the way the Terps looked at the plate on the mound. Booker looked really good, and now Godfrey's looked really good. They've played well in the field. And I think all around it's what you want to see in a game like this that you'd expect to win.
3-2 the count on Hudson. 2 outs. The pitch. Called strike 3. Maryland gets it done, winning this one by a score of 15-0 over the Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, and as I just mentioned, a really good all-around performance. It was Booker, it was Godfrey who got it done.
Yeah, really all-around dominance by Maryland today. Several bright spots on offense. In particular, you got to look to the leadoff hitter, Caroline Fox, transferring in from UNC. First 3 at-bats in her first 3 innings, 3 hits, including 2 triples.
And I think they're just going to play out with the being an exhibition game. Looks like they're going to play out the bottom of the 7th inning. Might as well get the at-bats when you can.
Understandable, yeah. There's no real pressure here. Not playing for the wins and the losses in the fall. Just looking to get some more experience. Get some girls a few more at-bats, and coming up from Maryland, it'll be Sammy Woods, Maddie Benson, and Zeta Rock.
And it goes for the Hawks, too. They'll get a chance to throw a new pitcher out there. It'll be Danny Brown from Medford, New Jersey, another freshman. But you get to see what you have, and even though, obviously, it doesn't mean much, it's more of the opportunity what counts in these fall games.
As the win is technically in the books. Certainly secondary, though, the objective for Coach Karn today. The main goal just to finally see her girls out in uniform, out in action, see how they're adjusting to this game-like feel. As you mentioned, they'll get a new arm here. Danny Brown, who hit last inning. It'll be the middle of the order for Maryland. Leading off, Sammy Woods. Such a big threat, both offensively and defensively, the rock of this lineup. She's been a mainstay since she arrived on campus from Trabuco Canyon, California, went to Mission Viejo High School. The first pitch from Brown. Rocks now deals. Misses upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0. Misses a tad up. Count runs to 2-0. After today, after this nice play day, Maryland will actually travel to Lamade Stadium, the home of the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, on October 4th. They'll take on the Black Knights of Army at 2 p.m. So again, another fall ball matchup just to get some experience, but certainly will be a cool environment at the Little League World Series Stadium. Such a great facility up there in Williamsport.
Yeah, actually, I saw that quirk on that schedule. I found that really interesting. I actually got to visit Williamsport once, drove through actually on the way home from my baseball tournament in Cooperstown, and it's a really cool facility. I think the Little League World Series is one of the best things for the game. Just get to get 12-year-old kids playing baseball on national television is certainly a great thing, and the people love it.
Sammy Woods worked a 4-pitch walk, which now brings up Maddie Benson, taking ball 1 up and away. So Brown yet to find the strike zone so far. Yeah, the game in Williamsport actually a part of the Girls with Game tournament hosted at the Little League World Series. Maryland returns for the 3rd straight year. The tournament established in 2018 celebrates the contributions of girls and women who have shaped the Little League program and aims to inspire the next generation of female athletes. So certainly a great cause for Maryland to travel up there. It'll be next Saturday when they take on Army. The count is 1-1 on Maddie Benson. The 3rd baseman mainstay, who actually moved over to 2nd halfway through this game. The pitch misses low and away from Danny Brown. 2-1 the count. I think as this game goes on, it becomes clear what Karn's objective is, and it's to not only work in some of her new faces, her freshmen or transfer portal girls, but also to see what she has with the returners, see if they can still maintain their spot in that lineup. Girls like Maddie Benson, Sammy Woods, they're going to be mainstays in this lineup. They're going to be, you know, the gear that turns the machine. So it's really good to see them play this whole game, do what they can against this pitching, and finally get them in a real game-like atmosphere. The 3-1 pitch is popped out towards left field. It chases the left fielder back, and it's over her head. Could not track it down out there as Monzo. Into third base standing is Sammy Woods. And into second base standing with a double is Maddie Benson. No outs, 2nd and 3rd for the cleanup hitter, Zeta Rock.
Great piece of hitting there. That one didn't look like it had much carry off the bat, but it just kept going and going and landed right on the front of that warning track. Benson really put a charge in that one. As I mentioned earlier, she had 2 homers last year, got some pop in that bat, and we saw it there. Kind of just a poke that traveled nearly out to the fence.
So now Zeta Rock stands in, takes ball 1. I mean, we've mentioned it a few times. It's really beautiful weather here today. There was a shade of wind in the 3rd and 4th innings blowing out a little bit. You can see the flags on the flagpole in left field starting to ripple a little bit, but that one was just pure power from Maddie Benson, just skying it out towards the left center field gap. The count 1-1 here on Zeta Rock, the freshman who's caught all 7 innings today. It's a good experience for her behind the plate to catch some more experienced pitchers. 2 seniors, Bree Godfrey and Kira Booker. She fouls this one to the left side towards the Terrapin dugout.
Even though these games don't count toward your 2026 season schedule, it's got to be cool for Rock to get out here, first time in a Terrapins uniform, and step in that box and be in that catcher's box behind the plate. So, always something to keep in mind, these freshmen getting their first game action.
The 1-2 pitch misses upstairs. Count runs to 2-2. I think one thing that Coach Karn's got to be happy with today is how the Terrapins are working these counts. They're seeing a lot of pitches from the Hawks pitching staff, getting looks for the girls on deck. That one flown out towards left center. Charging in is Monzo. Now the center fielder makes the catch. Woods is not tagging from 3rd. The runners will hold up. Just a little bit too shallow to think about it. So Zeta Rock fights hard, but ends up popping out to center for the first out of this inning. Now up comes Taylor Borovac, who made a great sliding catch last inning. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Second and 3rd, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. They'll play out 7 here, even though Maryland technically has won this game by a score of 15-0. Line softly up the middle, a little bit of English on it to the shortstop, who fires to first for out number 2. It does plate the run, though. An RBI ground out. Sammy Woods comes across to score, and Taylor Borovac just gets the job done here, getting the 16th run of this contest for Maryland.
Yeah, that one was a little end capper for Borovac after the shortstop. Took a bounce, kind of kicked off to the shortstop's right, but stuck with it, made the play, fired to first. One of those defensive plays that don't look all that impressive, but when you look a little bit closer, that was a really nice play to get that second out.
First pitch misses upstairs. Logan Turner, another one that's been playing this whole game. Number 27 in white on the back of her red jersey. The designated hitter batting from the right side. Pops this one down the right field line. It's going to trickle into the stands. Count runs to 1-1. Certainly scoring 16 runs will make any coach happy, but particularly the assistant coach for the Terrapins, Jen Lepicki. It's her third year as kind of the offensive coordinator for this squad. She was formerly the head coach at Holy Cross University, so she brings a head coaching pedigree with her. Fastball misses upstairs, 2-1. Two gone in the bottom of the 7th. Standing on third is Maddie Benson. Strike 2 is taken over the outside corner by Logan Turner. So 2 is on the scoreboard, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And now Coach Higgins will walk out to the mound, just get a chance to talk to her pitcher, Danny Brown. Looking forward for Maryland Eastern Shore. You know, their strengths, they get on base a fair amount. We've seen a fair amount of traffic on the base paths today, and when they get on base, they do like to run. Last year, they had over 60 stolen bases as a team. It's just a very inexperienced team. It was last year. It will be again this year with the big crop of freshmen they bring in. And they really have to focus on the conference matchups. I mean, out of conference, you'd like to win those, but they're more about the experience playing some elite competition to get in conference and hopefully compete in a conference that's very deep in the MEAC. Poke down the left field line, just foul. Still 2-2 on Logan Turner. The 2-2 pitch lined in the center. It will stay up just long enough for the center fielder to run in and make the grab. So 3 outs in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see what we do now. There's a chance we still keep playing, but it looks like that will be it after 7. So a half inning longer than normal, but the Maryland Terrapins do get it done today in this fall scrimmage. They take this one by a score of 16-0.
Yeah, really impressive win for the Terps, and obviously, as we mentioned, it's the point of these fall games to kind of get yourself tuned up, but no glaring mistakes for the Terps in this game today, and I thought they looked really, really good.
Yeah, really solid performance from both teams. It's a good benchmark for the coaches to see where they're at. All smiles on the handshake line from both teams. They know this wasn't about the score. They know this wasn't about the wins and losses. Just to get out on a beautiful day and play some softball. And that's what just happened. We got to watch 7 innings of really great softball here at Robert E. Taylor Stadium. That will just about do it for us. Thank you for hanging with us this afternoon. Again, I've been Peter Kelly. I've been joined by Nick Polinsky, signing off.